Have you ever noticed that when you're anxious, your breathing changes? It becomes faster, shallower, more erratic. And the strange thing is, most people think that's just a symptom of anxiety. But what if it's also one of the causes? What if the way you're breathing is actively telling your brain to stay stressed? Today, we're exploring the fascinating science behind deep breathing and why something as simple as changing your breath can rapidly reduce cortisol, lower anxiety, and calm your entire nervous system. Let's start with what happens during stress. Whenever your brain detects danger, whether it's a real threat or simply a stressful email, your body activates the sympathetic nervous system. This is your fight or flight response. Heart rate increases, blood pressure rises, muscles tense, breathing speeds up, and stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline flood your bloodstream. This system evolved to help humans survive predators. The problem is that modern life constantly triggers the same response. Deadlines, bills, traffic, social pressure. Your body reacts as if it's under attack, even when you're completely safe. Now, here's where breathing becomes incredibly powerful. Unlike most automatic processes in your body, breathing can be controlled consciously, and that creates a direct line of communication between your mind and your nervous system. In a sense, breathing acts like a remote control for your stress response. One of the most important players in this process is something called the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve in the body. It connects the brain to the heart, lungs, digestive system, and many other organs, and it's one of the primary pathways of the parasympathetic nervous system. This is often called the rest and digest system, the exact opposite of fight or flight. When the vagus nerve becomes activated, your body receives a powerful message. You're safe. The emergency is over. And one of the fastest ways to stimulate this nerve is through slow, controlled breathing. Now, let's talk about something fascinating, the exhale. Most people focus on taking a deep breath in, but physiologically, the exhale may be even more important. When you slowly extend your exhalation, subtle pressure changes occur inside your chest. These changes influence the heart. As the heart slows down, signals travel back to the brain, indicating that the threat level has decreased. The brain begins adjusting accordingly. Heart rate drops, muscle tension decreases, and stress hormones begin to decline. This is why many breathing techniques emphasize longer exhales than inhales. You're essentially sending repeated signals to your nervous system that everything is under control. Now consider what happens during a panic attack. Breathing becomes rapid and shallow. Carbon dioxide levels change. The body becomes even more alarmed. The cycle feeds itself. But controlled breathing interrupts that cycle. Instead of allowing panic to accelerate, you create a physiological break. And that's the key point. Deep breathing isn't simply psychological, it's mechanical. You're physically altering the systems that regulate stress. Scientists have repeatedly found that slow breathing can reduce cortisol levels, lower heart rate, improve heart rate variability, and increase feelings of calm. And the effects can happen surprisingly quickly, sometimes within just a few minutes. One simple technique is called the 4-6 breathing method. Inhale gently through the nose for 4 seconds, then exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Repeat for 2 to 5 minutes. The longer exhale helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system and encourages relaxation. Another popular method is box breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold again for 4 seconds, then repeat. This technique is even used by military personnel, athletes, and emergency responders to maintain control under pressure. Now, deep breathing won't eliminate every source of stress in your life. It won't pay your bills. It won't solve every problem. But it can change how your body responds to those problems. And sometimes that's exactly what you need, because anxiety doesn't only exist in the mind, it exists in the body. And when you calm the body, the mind often follows. So the next time stress begins to take over, pause, take a slow breath in, and an even slower breath out. You may be surprised by how quickly your nervous system starts listening. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the Fat Loss Project for more science-based health, stress management, metabolism, and wellness strategies. Science, strategy, results.